Hi guys! I have another book for you this week. It's actually a book that was donated to our class by Jace. We just ran out of time to read it, so I'm going to read it to you now. So it's called Into the Jungle. Discover jungle animals around the world. Just by looking at the cover, what do you think this book is? Fiction or non-fiction? Remember, fiction is fake, it's made up. And non-fiction is real. It could actually happen. So what do you think this book is? Into the Jungle. Animals around the world. What do you think? Think about that while I'm reading, okay? I don't know if I'll have time to read all of it because there's a lot of pages. So I think what I'm going to try to do is just pick a couple of really cool ones to read, okay? Ooh. So here's our first page. Oh, and I wonder if I have the table of contents. It has a table of contents. So what does that mean? It has to be what? If it has a table of contents, fiction or non-fiction? Non-fiction. Good job. So you can go, let's say I just want to learn about chameleons. It says chameleons are on page 6. So I'm going to turn to page 6. Awesome. Chameleons. Chameleons are colorful lizards that live in the trees. They have long curly tails for gripping branches, and they can change color. These lizards hide in trees, sitting still, waiting for bugs to pass by. Their eyes are large and can move in different directions, so a chameleon can see any movement nearby. They shoot out their long, sticky tongues to grab their prey. That's another word for their food, so what they eat. And then it says, most chameleons are shades of green or brown, which helps them to hide among the leaves. However, they can change the color of their skin. This happens when they are communicating with other chameleons or to change their temperature. And there's a fun fact in the corner. It says, chameleons have 2 toes that are the right shape for gripping small branches or twigs. It's pretty cool. You see that? So there is the chameleons. I didn't know all of that. Pretty cool. Let's see what other animals we have in this book. Ooh, this is a cool one. This one is the Javan rhinoceros. The Javan rhinoceros are armored rhinos. There are 5 types of rhinoceroses in the world, but only 2 types, the Sumatran rhino and the Javan rhino, live in rainforests. So there are 5 total, but only 2 actually live in the rainforest. And this book is all about animals who live in the what? Rainforest. Yep. All rhinos have thick, leathery skin, but the Javan rhinoceros has loose folds of gray skin that make them look as if they are wearing armor. They have a single horn on their snout and graze on leaves, fruit, and twigs. There are possibly fewer than only 35 Javan rhinoceroses left alive in the wild. A rhinoceros has very good sense of smell and hearing, so it can sense if another rhino is nearby, even if it cannot see it. It's pretty cool. They're very strong animals. Wouldn't want to mess with a rhino. All right, let's see what other animals are in this book. Ooh. This isn't a regular ant. It's called an army ant. Army ants, trillions of tiny terrors. When a colony of army ants is on the march, it can appear as if the whole forest floor is moving. Many thousands of ants live in a colony or a group, and they do everything together. A female or girl called the queen leads the colony and lays all the eggs. Other ants, the soldiers and workers, collect food, look after the eggs, and defend the colony from any attacks. Army ants march when they want to build a new nest. They build bridges with their own bodies and can travel 65 feet an hour. A single swarm of marching army ants can be 328 feet long. That is really long. The insects will eat any animal that they come across. And there's a little fun fact about them. It says soldier army ants are almost blind, so they find their prey by sensing with their movement. And they have antennas, and that's what helps them sense what's coming up. It's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Army ants. What else? Ooh. I know a couple, or probably more than a couple kids in our class like leopards. Leopards. Spotted ghosts. When a leopard creeps through the forest, it moves slowly and silently, always on the lookout for danger or other animals to catch. The leopard is famous for its ability to sneak up on other animals and pounce before they have time to flee. These large cats often haul their prey up into a tree where they can enjoy their meal in safety and keep a watchful eye out below. A mother leopard usually has just 2 cubs at a time. They will stay with her until they are about 1 year old. Leopards are very adaptable cats, which means they can live in many different habitats. There's another fun fact. It says, the leopard's spotted coat helps it to hide in the dim shadows of the rainforest floor or up in the branches of a tree. So it has those spots on its fur to help it stay hidden or camouflage itself. So it can blend in. Hope we do one more. There's some pretty cool animals. Ooh. A fruit bat. Fruit bats, flying foxes of the forest. Fruit bats are sometimes known as flying foxes because they have a furry body and a fox-like face. But unlike foxes, can foxes fly? No, but can they? Yep. Bats are the only mammals that have wings and can truly fly. Some other mammals can glide. Fruit bats hang upside down from branches of rainforest trees. When they are hungry, they fly to trees that have lots of fruit, which they can find using their senses of sight and smell. Fruit bats live in large groups called colonies. They often travel together to search for ripe fruit to eat and can fly long distances for the next meal. Their wings are made of 2 layers of skin stretched over 4 long fingers on each hand. And then it says, their fun fact is that bats are mammals, and mammals are animals that have fur. They give birth to their kids or their young, and they feed them with milk. See that? Very cool. All right, well, I think I'm going to stop here. There are lots of different animals in this book, but I only had time to share a couple, but super cool. So nonfiction, like we always say, it teaches you something new. And I learned a lot from this. What are some things that you learned from this book? Any facts that you remember from the animals I read you about? Think about what you learned from this book. All right, well, thank you for listening. I will post another book hopefully soon.